What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Justin here, and today this is part 2 of this molly experiment where we converted freshwater mollies to saltwater. Y'all go check out the first video if you haven't seen it, but let's get into today's video and I'll give you an update. I have those 3 mollies that I bought from the fish store. Well, there's two of them right there. You can see the white ones, but other than that, where are the 2 Dalmatian ones? I just saw them. There they are. I got 2 Dalmatian mollies. They're nice and big that I bought that fully acclimated over well. So it is possible to transition fish from freshwater to saltwater. Is it ethical at the success rate that I had? I don't think so. I had 15 fish. Yeah, 3 of them were platies and not mollies. I tried it anyways. Maybe that was very stupid of me. They didn't make it. Not in this tank. I threw them in my freshwater tank. The mollies, at least. I tried all the platies. I tried all the mollies with not much luck. So one problem being these power heads, which is what we're going to address with this stuff. People keep mollies all day, every day in their tanks, but they don't like the flow, and they definitely, if they get too close, they will get sucked in. Trust me, it happened to one of the big Dalmatian mollies. So you can see them right now picking off algae off of that thing. A lot of algae grows on that because it's right at the water surface. So that's why we like these guys in the tank. I would just recommend buying them already acclimated from your fish store, your saltwater fish store, and not trying to do it yourself. Unless you're, run a better experiment than I did, but mine did not have very great success. Because I still have 4 of the 5 that I bought from the saltwater store, and I'm pretty sure one of those got hit by the power head. One of these little bitty white ones like that. I bought 5 of them. I think the success ratio would have been 100% on them, and that leads me to this stuff. We're gonna make some guards or bumpers, whatever you want to say. But first, we bought a lot of stuff today, so we're gonna go over that. Some corals, some big nice ones. Some glue, a bunch of goodies in here. Let's see how she fits. All right, so we definitely don't need it that big. That's what we did. It works. It keeps the fish from the back of it. It's right up flush against the glass. It doesn't restrict flow. I mean, to a degree that would matter. And yeah, did that one. I found a black rubber band in my garage for this one, and it looks way cleaner. I need to snip that one little piece down there. It's bothering me. All right, let me do that real quick. But anyways, you get the gist. Now we're gonna get into the new corals that I got today and go into that. All right, first we have a big piece, and this is a very common coral. It is a GSP big slab rock. It's a big piece. It's about the size of my hand. What I want to do with it is try to put it right here in the tank up against the overflow, to where eventually I'll try to get the coral to grow onto the overflow and kind of go all the way around. All right, so this is my weapon of choice when it comes to reef dip. When you get corals like this in, you really want to dip them because it's mounted to a rock. There's probably stuff hidden all on here. I'm almost debating on just peeling this off and trying to glue it to the rock, because gluing it to the tank. I think I may do that because I don't like the look of this rock, but this stuff is on here pretty good. It stunts the growth a little bit, so we'll just dip the whole rock. Oh yeah. Yep. Had a lot of stuff on it. Actually divided it into 3 or 4 would help grow GSP faster. So, and it'll make it easier to glue. It'll look real ugly at first, but yeah, I think I'm gonna strategically spread it out. A glob of it and kind of paint the tips or the flattest spot I can find like that. I do this kind of quick. This part's gonna be hard. I don't know if I can get that to mount flush. Just put a little more, just kind of That's a pretty good flat spot. And wiggle it a little bit. Let that glue work into, in my case, I have a bunch of coralline algae. All right, so as you can see, it's glued on there. We'll wait for the polyps to come out. It'll take weeks till it till it grows in. It looks pretty goofy right now, but yeah, it's gonna be covering the overflow. I spread it out because you think about surface area and growth. You get a lot, corals grow on the edge, and it'll grow a lot faster and fill in better if you do it like this. Just like when you see people laying sod in their yard, and sometimes they obviously didn't have enough money to sod the whole yard or something, so they'll kind of do a checkered pattern. There's a reason for that. It's because the grass will grow together fast like that. Now, if you planted half of your yard solid, it's never going to grow all the way to the other side. So that's why I did it like this. Next, we have a Ghani. I love the packaging that my boy Tim did. He took a piece of styrofoam, floated it upside down in this little, these are just sample cups, but to where the Ghani isn't damaging its tissues. So I'm just gonna float it upside down, twirl it around a little bit. Get my timer started for 5 minutes. Hey Siri, start a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, counting down.
Float it upside down. It is a torch. So I got another torch. This one is purple. I'm gonna put it beside the green tentacle. I'm not good with all the names, like down this, I'm not a big like Euphilia guy. I like Euphilia, but I know they have like, they all look really similar to me, but they're different. So yeah, we're going, I call it the purple torch with green tips. And a little surprise, nothing crazy. It's all they had at the store, but we have 2 snails, some Nasarius snails. I realize now they're gonna be kind of hard to get out of this bag. I'll have to flip them over because they can't really right themselves. That one landed good. He stuck the landing, 10 out of 10. Probably tonight, I'm actually about to go to my buddy's house, who just so happens to work at my local fish store, and he's an expert. I'll bring along the camera because that'll be cool to get to see his tank because he's got it going on. I'm an amateur compared to him. I mean, he works around this stuff every day. They have, you know, huge display tanks, SPS colonies that are, you know, growing nicely that they frag off of. They do a lot. So we're gonna go visit him tonight, and he's got a little treat for me. And I also want to show y'all his tank. Luckily, this branch, or this rock that I bought, has these little pre-drilled holes. Now that one's not going to sit well enough. I'm going to have to throw in some glue, but you don't have to clip the frag plug off. It seats in there real nicely. Now the real question is, where do I put the Ghani? I bought it, didn't have a definite spot for it. Oh man, I forgot to turn on the cool light that everybody likes. Everybody always asks about this light, so we'll turn it on right now. There we go. Ta-da. Adds a little, I like it because it shows more of where the tunnels and caves are and how kind of open this scape is. There's like a lot of arches and bridges. It lets me, you know, just see what's back there a little better as well. So it's cool. Oh. So everything's in the tank. I'm about to clean up a little bit. Made a mess in here. Now we're gonna install this bad boy, which is nothing crazy. It's just a little bit aesthetic, and also I like how the holder has the holds them nicely, because if you look now at my setup, a zip tie just hold with that clamp off the light, holding them there to where they dose. So yeah, my water's low right now because I just did all that. I took that water out for my dipping. All right, so what's in this kit? Some really nice tubing. That stuff looks nice, and just a little holder for all the tubing. Nothing crazy. It's made by Red Sea. It's the only Red Sea product I have. I don't have a Red Sea aquarium or anything else, but I liked this. I only need 3 of these, so I'm gonna use these 3. The pink will come later if I ever use like magnesium, because for some reason when I think of magnesium, I think of this color. Okay, so here's the setup. I have my REEF 1 and 2. Sorry for the OCD people that say I have this backwards. I have 1 and then 2, so 21. 2 of my dosing pumps here, and then up here you'll see this cable runs to this very junky surface where this one sits, and then I drilled a very small hole in the back of this mini fridge here, so I could it's where I could mount my AB Plus along with some backup bottles. And this is kind of hectic going on in here, but yeah, AB Plus gets dosed out of the fridge. While I'm here, why is there a random screw in my refrigerator? I don't know. To the color of the bottle, so that makes sense. So as you can see, this is purple, so I'm going to use purple. This hose is really short, but it's blue, so I'm going to use blue. Boom! I'm a genius. Here you can see what it looks like installed. A lot cleaner than before. Yeah, I just did the outputs because I didn't have the right adapters to do all of them. So yep, 2 and 1, and this is my dosing up here. That tube runs down, runs in, boom. Nothing crazy, but it's just pretty tidy. It wasn't that expensive, so I like it. All right, guys, so to wrap up today's video, we're gonna kind of go over, I know a lot happened in the video, and my experience and overview of buying already pre-acclimated mollies to saltwater, or trying to do it yourself from freshwater to saltwater. I would recommend just buying them already acclimated to saltwater. Yes, they were expensive in my opinion, but when you do the math on my experiment from trying to buy cheaper freshwater mollies, and the turnover rate or the success rate was not so well. Maybe if I would have got all Dalmatian mollies, we would have had a better turnaround, but I did a little experiment for y'all and for myself, and I think it's probably a lot more ethical and easy just to go buy them already acclimated. I had to, set up all that for 24 hours and run it wasn't hard, but it wasn't very successful either. So I know there's probably a lot of things I could have done better, and feel free to leave comments below on what I could have done better. I know what I did is not super, it doesn't seem like it should be done because it was not very successful, so I recommend buying them from a saltwater store. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and in the next episode I'm going to go do a tour of my buddy Tim's tank. He has a 100-gallon rimless tank with a lot of SPS and nice, really nice pieces in there, like some really nice LPS corals, and yeah, y'all don't want to miss that. He has actually kind of mentored me through this whole process. He works at the local fish store that I buy all of this from, so he works in the hobby. He knows a thing or two. He works around tanks every day, so pretty much I have to give a big shout out to the success, or the certain successes in my tank, to him. Now a lot of it comes just back on to me about being disciplined, because he's not here every day to take care of the tank, but he has helped me out a lot with coral placement, light settings, different dosing stuff, and yeah, we're gonna go view his tank in the next episode, guys, so Y'all don't want to miss that one. I'm logging out for now. See y'all in the next one.